Okay, yeah, that thing is rotating, right?
Yeah, it's the hold up. All right, we cool to start. We cool to start. So, uh, like I said, this is going to be called oh, Women and Children Oppressing Nation. Now, I know how that might sound to most folks because we live in a society where we coddle or worship a female and she can do no wrong. However, that female is still a human being, so much and so forth. Anybody want to add anything real quick?
Did you send us notes on this?
Nah, nah, nah. I do it afterwards. I do it all at one thing.
What was the
Uh,
title again?
uh, Women and Children Oppress a Nation.
Okay.
Thus saith Isaiah. As you were, thus saith the Most High through Isaiah. I'm gonna use the book primarily on here. What I will do though, let me see. I'll do this. Oh yeah, I'll do it this way, just in case. I'll send the real one through the note like we do, but just for now, you got that. Check your email. But like I said, women and children oppress the nation. And so that being said, like I said, through Isaiah, we're gonna start Isaiah chapter 3. So you can see what I'm talking about, what the Most High is talking about. Isaiah 3. We're gonna basically do like all of chapter 3, but I'm gonna go in a specific order, right? Put that right there. All right. Uh Very simple. So Isaiah 3, start at verse 12. So you can hear it straight from the horse's grill.
As for my people,
As for my people,
children are their oppressors, and women rule over them.
very simple. And this is a my people thing. The Bible is very, very FUBU. It's my people. They which lead you cause you to err and destroy the way of your path. This is one of the ways you destroy somebody's path is putting children over the nation and women over them. Okay, I know we modern day, and there's a doctrine out of Egyptology where they just worship a female. They put the female up and above them, blah blah blah. But uh, we seen what happened to the nation of Egypt. They got destroyed. Okay, so it's not healthy to do so. So now we're gonna go 10, not 10. We're gonna go 2 through on 4. So
Isaiah 2?
I'm gonna get this one though. This doggone fan.
What is Isaiah 2?
Yeah, no, 3 and verse 2. I said we're gonna stay in this chapter. So I'm gonna go, yeah. So it says, and this is very important, right? It says the mighty man. It's like it's check. This is like a check mark, right? You got the mighty man, which is number one, the man of war. And we know in Exodus it says that the Most High is a man of war. Remember that? Okay. It says the judge, the prophet, the prudent, and the ancient, meaning your forefathers before you. You feel me? The captain of 50, the honorable man, and the counselor, and the cunning artificer, and the eloquent orator. You know what I'm saying? These things have in common, these are the men of the nation. These are the men of a nation. These were the ones going to war. These were the ones counseling, the youngsters. Matter of fact, remember last week it was, and I would have normally watched it, but it just came on. There was this he was a Crip from some hood in LA, but he got he went to prison in Alabama. He went back home and he tried to go to his hood. It was like a completely set of youngsters there, and they had no respect towards their OGs because they was all in prison. It's a similar thing right here, but that's even in a degenerate atmosphere. It's even getting more degenerate even in itself. You feel me? You feel me? So, but in this case, it's actual upright men. But you're going to see here. So, verse 4, and I will give children to be their princes. The there is those lists that we just covered. That's the there. And babes shall rule over them. That's what it means by being a prince. You're going to have authority over men. And we just saw in verse 12 who's over those babies. Exactly.
But essentially, I'm saying that the women and the children are over the men.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I know, I already know, I already know. But let me finish this. I'm not going to deal with the emotional interpretation of this yet. So, and in verse 5, and the people shall be oppressed. From this, the direction of this path is oppression. Okay? People shall be oppressed, everyone by another, and everyone by his neighbor, because your people, your nation, that's your real neighbor, contrary to the Christian version of neighbor. The child shall behave himself proudly against the ancient. So you're gonna have the child. See what I'm saying? I have no respect towards my elder, and who's over me? The child. You just said it. No, no. There you go. Is that not? This is a prophecy by Isaiah a minute ago, and we see this coming to pass today. That's why when I was recapping Isaiah again, I was like, wait a minute. And then we know this is really directed towards the real people that this is talking about. This is a my people, talking about the nation, the real nation of Israel. Okay, the real nation of Israel. Um, and the base against the honorable, and that honorable is the same honorable talk in verse 3 where it says honorable man. So it's saying the base against the honorable man. Okay, now these are honorable men in this context. This is not thuggo. This process produces thuggo because you have these women. These now let's get into this type of woman before you know we go off and assume this is every female. No, okay, this is actually, I'm going to say this is talking about the bitch and not the woman. This being straight out, there are bitches and there are women. It's like there's niggas and then there's these men, these honorable men. Very simple, right? Honorable men. So verse 16, actually verse 16 on, we're going to see this type of woman, which is this type is again the bitch, right? So we can see her nature. It says, moreover, Yahweh says, because the daughters of Zion are what? Haughty. Is every woman haughty? Every female haughty? No. So this is the haughty version of the female, again, the bitch, right? And walk with stretched forth necks and wanton eyes, walking and mincing as they go, and making a tinkling with her feet, clacking up, you know what I'm saying? Flip flops, whatever. Therefore, Adonai will. What's up?
That's just so weird.
What's that?
This was written so long
I know.
ago.
I know.
And this is so.
Oh,
everything that it's saying, I'm just like, wow.
Yeah.
I can visually just see it.
You can,
step
yeah.
by step.
Oh, that ain't.
I see this
Yeah.
woman.
Mm-hmm.
I see that how they hit that. They look up and they so. Oh,
Uh
man,
huh.
I see this.
Got their
That's
necks
so
literally stretched out. With
That's
you know how they be
wow.
doing the walk like, you know what I'm
I know
saying?
who does that so perfect.
Yeah.
It is our woman.
Yeah. And that lets you know again, real Zion, the real people, my people. You know what I'm saying? Therefore, verse 17, therefore Adonai will smite with a scab the crown of the head of the daughters of Zion, and Yahweh will discover their secret parts. And that day Adonai will take away the bravery of their tinkling ornaments about their feet. You see what I'm saying? And their calls and their round turbans like the crescent moon. See, it goes in on this. We would call it ratchetness, and one word we would call it ratchetness today. Again, is every female ratchet? No. This woman in this chapter is the ratchet. Again, just the bitch. I don't say bitch carnally, it's just you're gonna see that in here also. Right? I'm just see as males, we need to learn to sever keyword sever women from bitches so we don't make the mistake in grouping them together, and then that causes destruction, chaos, confusion. When you sever the sheep from the goats, and you select those sheep and keep those goats away, it's more prosperous. But we think it's all the same. We think that's all mama. No, this is a ratchet. Okay. I think it was 19. Yeah, the chains and their bracelets and the long veils, the bonnets. Wow. The bonnets and the ornaments of the legs and the headbands and the tablets and the earrings, the rings and the nose jewels. Like I see this like them bamboo. This is the 90s right here. I see bamboo earrings and nose rings. Like
They do it now. They got like horse.
Yeah.
Things they
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
But you know what's crazy? And I hope I'm not going off, but it's just something that's really just on my head right now.
Yeah.
The bravery of their tinkling ornaments.
Yeah.
You know how and this is just something that just baffles me so much. A sister will wear another nation's hair on their head,
Yeah.
and that's their confidence.
Yeah.
That's what this is saying.
And even when
They're
going
bravery.
back and even going back up to the scab, the baldness,
Yeah,
like
exactly.
you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Because no other nation has hair like us.
Right.
So yeah, that's crazy.
22. Like I said, essentially we're gonna cover majority of this chapter. 22. The changeable suits of apparel of apparel, and the cloaks and the veils and the bags. Gotta get that bag, girl. That's crazy. The glasses and the fine linen and the hoods and the veils. And it shall come to pass that instead of sweet smell there shall be a stink, and instead of a belt of rent, and instead of well set hair, baldness, and instead of a stomacher, a girding of sackcloth, and burning instead of beauty. That's from inflammation.
Yeah.
Um, your men shall fall by the sword. That's I'm gonna cover that in this too, because there's a low grade level quote unquote man, the nigga. You're dealing with bitches and niggas, not men and women. Okay, so that's key. Emphasis on verse 25. Your men shall fall by the sword, and your mighty, you know what I'm saying, in the war. That's emphasis on 25. We're gonna cover that because we're gonna cover that. And okay, I'm good with that. Just the last sentence. And her gates shall lament and mourn, and she, being desolate, shall sit upon the ground. Now, that's the basis and foundation of this. That's why the lesson's called what it is. Again, I know people are word sensitive, but I'm being fair. I the word says to sever things that are holy from unholy. I'm severing the bitch from the woman and the nigga from the man. That's Christ like. If it triggers, it triggers. it's true. So from that moving forward, um, I want to go to two places. From verse 12, I didn't have this in the note because, like I say, just from talking, Sirach, I want to say 25. Sirach 25, right? Sirach 20, I think it's 25. Uh 20, it's two.
Sirach is with a C.
S. It'd be Sirach Ecclesiasticus. So Sirach 25 and 16. And then I'm looking for the second one. Because while we in this book, I'd rather just get both of them.
Ecclesiasticus and then Sirach?
No, that's the
Sirach is Ecclesiasticus. Okay.
yeah. Because it's like having a Greek name and a Hebrew name.
Right.
It's like having a European English
Okay,
name.
which one is it? Because that's not in order. We're supposed to go to Genesis after that. But what? Which one is it? Sirach what?
Sirach chapter 25, get verse 16. And I'm looking for the second one in the following chapter. Uh okay. I think I got them. So 25 and 16 of Sirach.
Ready?
Yeah.
I had rather dwell with a lion and a dragon to keep house with a wicked woman.
Right. That's a dagger right there. Um, that's what we're dealing with. This is a severing of people. You got men and women over here. You got bitches and niggas over here. Not all Israel is Israel. That's the true meaning of that. That y'all are all the sons and daughters of the same people, but these men and women are counted as the sons of Abraham. Y'all are physical sons of Abraham, y'all bitches and niggas, but y'all are Gentiles. Y'all are just y'all divided the house. Okay. Now the next chapter over 26. Actually, no. 26 and verse 20 um 25.
Mm. Wow. I just read it, but I mean, I already know. You already know how
Yeah.
Ready?
Oh, like this whole chapter.
Yeah.
But I'm not trying to focus on this book though. Go ahead.
Okay, so Sirach, chapter 26, verse
Nah,
25.
nah, just
Oh.
don't want to get that one. Get that one.
A shameless woman should be counted as a dog.
A bitch, like
Exactly.
a
That's
it's,
what I was laughing at.
that's what I'm
Exactly.
saying.
That's what the name is.
It's just set. This chapter is literally separating woman from the bitch. Go ahead.
But she did a shamefaced for fear God.
That's the woman. So if somebody gets triggered, see the Bible somewhat uses woman loosely for the most part. Hold that. I don't. I'm more concise with it. Okay, this is a bitch's nature. This is a woman's nature. That's a dog. Also, when there's other traits, again, you can highlight this chapter. You should study this chapter, both 25 and 26, those two chapters on your own. But it goes in. But I'm not trying to do that today. Like I just wanted to pull those 2 points out in connection with this. Uh, Now we're going to go to a place. We're going to go to Genesis 3. We're going to get some understanding.
I just wanted to say that
Yeah.
they're the reason why a lot of these books are not in the King James.
Oh yeah, thank
This
you.
is the perfect example why. say words like bitch or punk or something like that, that was considered profanity, a dirty mouth. You know, you get chastised for that.
Yeah.
So we wasn't allowed to use that language in there. But come to find out, I mean, when you dissect the word itself to get the true meaning of it, you'll see that it's not a bad word.
Even hoe. Now
Yeah.
it uses whore in the book, but just for short, we just whore is hoe. It's nothing. It's not derogatory. Let me. I don't like misidentifying women as bitches, but I'll be damned if I call a bitch a woman, because you don't deserve that. You see what I'm saying? If you a hoe, you a hoe. It's your actions, your fruit. Remember, and you know, as we're closing out those 7 weeks, your fruits. You know, first fruits, like your fruits. That's what you are. When somebody has their name changed, it's to your mission. We saw this week. Was it this week that Jacob had the name change to Yasharal? You feel me?
But you know that saying, you can't turn a hoe into a housewife? That's not necessarily true.
That now I'm glad you brought that up. So there's the possibility versus. Hold on a second. Anything's possible, but what it's not likely that it's going to happen. You see what I'm saying? A woman can repent no matter how far can repent. That likeliness of it is not likely to happen. That's the best way I could address that. Most of them get consumed by that serpent. They get consumed. Again, as we go to that account. Um, what's the odds of that? But we're going to go to that account um, where a woman was consumed by that serpent, the slick tongue. You feel me? We even live in a culture today where that slick tongue is like they favor that over an honest tongue. That'll get them bitterness, but you need that bitterness to purge out the, you know what I'm saying? Going back to wormwood. You feel me? So Genesis 3, I think it was 15. Now this gets you. I want you to see this one. You get this one. You're gonna know why. 3 and 15.
You want me to get it?
Yeah.
And I will put enmity between you and the woman.
So that's first.
And between
hold up. Okay.
Okay.
That's the first thing that gets overlooked. There's a division between you, which is Adam or Adam, and the woman. Straight from the rip right there. Now proceed.
And between your seed and her seed.
So second, there's going to be division between her seed and his seed. What we're going to cover from here on is the division between quote unquote her seed and his seed, because this gets misunderstood, right? To think that a woman has a seed line, but we've covered the seed line in Isaiah 3 and 12. It's essential. I want to say that. Well, I might end up saying it, but you have women over children that are then oppressing a nation of righteous men. You see what I'm saying? That's literally what we read. Thus saith the Most High through Isaiah. I'm just speaking the words that I'm reading. Quotations. It listed the types of men: the judge, the honorable man, the ancient, the mighty. You know what I'm saying? And listen, and their oppressors are going to be children, and the children are going to have it. I'm just reading this, right? That's the division between his seed and her seed. Remember, I said emphasis on verse 25 of Isaiah chapter 3. We're going to get into that also. First of all, had you ever read 3 and 15?
Not necessarily.
Well, were you familiar with it though?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. This for here. We're going to go to chapter 6. I'm going to get this one. Oh, I went too far. 6 and 4, right? Actually, I'm going to do this. I'm going to go back to Isaiah, but I'm gonna do a comparison. I'm gonna go like that, right? 6 and 4 of Genesis. There were Nephilim in the earth in those days, and also after that, when the sons of Elohim came in unto the daughters of men, and they, the daughters, obviously bore children to them. We're going to get some understanding on this. The same became warriors, tyrants, which were of ancient times men of infamy. Famous men known for being a warrior or a tyrant. Just like today, you get famous easily by catching bodies. That's a tyrant, Thuggo, Pookie Ray Ray, Thuggo in them. Okay, we saw in Isaiah 3 and 25. I went back there. Your men shall fall by the sword, and your mighty men in the war. You see what I'm saying? You see that comparison? You have men of infamy that are warriors and tyrants. And we see that this is from those women. Y'all getting that?
So is this saying that there are some that are warriors and some that are tyrants, or is it differentiated too?
Okay, so no, that's a good question. There's we okay. Exodus says that again. There's a man of war. You can be a righteous man of war, but when war is brought on by tyranny or conquest, just I gotta be a gangster. I'm gonna just shoot that nigga just because. That's the spirit. That's war of a tyrant. So there's righteous war, but this war is based upon tyranny. You feel me? It's based upon tyranny. So that's just like Antiochus and Maccabees. They called Antiochus a tyrant, like a plethora of times. So let's get some understanding though. So we have these Nephilim. The sons of Elohim came in into the daughters of men, and they bore children to them that became warriors and tyrants. Again, talking about our first point, Isaiah, they're men of these women falling by the sword. Now, all right, let's get some understanding. I know people don't like this, but I don't care because this is just understanding. Uh we're gonna go to Enoch, which ain't too far away. Where is it? Yeah. Um This is an account that a lot of people are familiar with. Starting at verse 2. 7 and 2 right here. And we're gonna go to chapter 10 after that since we are right here. Keep the Genesis account in mind, because this is a more understanding. Because a lot of people think there was some sex or some even though it don't say that, but okay. We there, 7 and 2. And when the watchers, capital W, uh the sons of heaven beheld them, that's the women, they became enamored of them, saying to each other, come, let us select for ourselves women from the progeny of men, and let us begat children. Okay? People assume this is angels had sex with literal, physical, women. It does not say that right there. Okay? A good example, the first example of this was Eve in the garden. There was no sex there, but Eve had essentially had Cain, which is a child of Satan, even though Cain was made by Adam physically. He had the spirit of Satan. Now, remember, You are of your father, the devil. That don't mean that Satan had sex with your mama to make you dumb. Like that's a dummy argument. It does not say anything about any physical sex right here. It's just when people have a presupposition about the book of Enoch, they will put that before any type of logic, sound, reason. Uh, in verse 10, right? So we know verse 7, it describes the we covered that. I'm glad we did that. So verse 10 or chapter 10, we're gonna see here. It says to Gabriel also. Yeah.
Wait, chapter 10.
Oh, sorry, 10 and 13. I just realized I get ahead of myself sometimes. Yahweh said, "Go to the what? The bastards." Remember that was our starting point. You have women over the like the children, basically all of the children. To the what? To the children of what? This is top level fornication. You can fornicate with a spirit by entertaining that spirit. We saw that with Eve. Again, there's no physical sex. Fornication, and to destroy the children of fornication. The offspring of the watchers, or as you were from among men, bring them forth and excite them one against another. Let them perish by mutual slaughter, for length of days shall not be theirs. This is war. This nation is going to rise against that nation. Then remember Christ saying that waters rising against waters, because water in nations is like this. Okay, this is men. This is tyrants going to war. They not gonna live long because they love war that much. Because they tyrants. They are the children of the watchers. This single mama household drama. These niggas in the street. As far as our community goes, any type of reprobate behavior that's destructive is allowed into the household. There's no man there. No, there's no honorable man, no judge to adjudicate what's going to come into the household and what's not. Anything goes in that household. Man, that's a bar. Anything goes in that household. Just keeping it real. That's all this is prophecy here. I did not make this up. And we can look out, we can go 3 miles east of here and see this all up and down over there. You feel me? This is the real understanding of Genesis 6 and men of infamy. Now I know the KJV uses another word, but I forgot what, it's been so long. But this is more concrete because it's talking about, it's giving you the nature. These are tyrants. That's where you get Tyrannosaurus, carnivore that's hunting you know what I'm saying? Esau Cain spirit. Go ahead.
It just made me think of when I was reading that, and the children, they're so intelligent these days. And when they're 8, 9, 10, 11 years old, even 6 or 7, and they see what they see, they don't understand it, but they have enough sense to know they don't want to be around that particular, but they don't want to be around their mother. But then they say, but I love my mom. But that's fine. You can still love your mother, but you don't have to love the environment you expose. What's the word? Exposing it to.
I would even say like your mother. You got to recognize your mama as a human. Don't worship no human on this earth, because we still had a commandment to still honor our father and mother.
Yeah.
But you don't worship them when they wrong. They wrong
Right.
because they still human. They still subject to being wrong.
But
Hmm?
but like like to that same point though, we just read about how you have to honor your elders or respect your elders. How do you do that while also telling them like you're wrong?
That's not disrespectful. Now I know because I grew up with this. It can be perceived as disrespect. Does not mean it is disrespect. You see what I'm saying? Especially if your folks from the South. it's considered talking back, but it's that's from my experience. It's just because I mentioned South. It's just slave master being passed down. You don't question your slave master, but this is your parent. This is not a slave master relationship. It's like, hey, mama, you wrong, or auntie, uncle, whoever family member, you're wrong. It's not like that. Give me your ear so you. But depending on how hard headed your family member might be, it's going to create that. You know what I'm saying? And that's also that just hit me. That's also when Christ was talking about I come with sword, I divide, I'll set, basically family member against family member. You know what I'm saying?
Because and this is from my own experience. I have three kids, but the middle child, she said she wanted to talk to me, and I listened. But then you have some adults, they're like, well, I'm the mother, I don't have to listen. Like, they're always right. No, you're not always right. It pays to listen to your kids at all age, whatever age.
And another thing in the generational back then, there's the by listening I'm being subject to my kid. No, no, no. It's just that's another set of eyes that might see something you don't see, especially once they reach a certain age. You feel me?
Yeah, but some people just can't accept that. But the thing that I think, there's two things, but the one I think I want to focus on most is when we were over at the Taylor's for Passover, he shared, I don't know if you were there, he shared that his daughter's boyfriend was what helped him come to understand the truth. Because he saw it as disrespect. But he said he actually started researching it and he looked at it.
That's a humble, yeah.
He's telling the truth.
That's a humble man. A humble man realizes at the end of the day.
This wasn't even his kid.
That's wisdom. Yeah, that's wisdom, though. Yeah. Like, there's things that I can admit the same thing, like, because again, this generation has experiences that I never had to deal with. I'm hip to that, especially with my upbringing. Like, I'm gonna have an open ear. That doesn't mean I'm going to accept everything. I have to adjudicate what's going to stay, and I'm not gonna throw the baby out with the bathwater. You feel me? So, and yeah, that's what I'm saying.
She wasn't there, but when I just was like, wow, like because and that's how we got to understand about the street pastors and all that, and but yeah.
This is again the her seed, because a lot of people think it's like her seed is if she has some testicles to shoot life in another female. No, this is her seed, meaning it's a severed spirit from righteous men. These are you see that order. We went from Genesis 3:15, her seed. What is her seed? It's severed. It's separate from a man.
Right.
There's no man there. And then the his seed we're going to cover after this, but I want to go deeper into this. So, Deuteronomy 23:2. We saw that the bastards and the reprobates are going to. What did it say? Bastards, the reprobates are going to be excited one against another, and they're going to perish by a mutual slaughter. No, I'm just going back to Enoch, touching that. We're going to get into this bastard and reprobate spirit, right? Bastards. 23:2 of Deuteronomy. Get that for me, one of y'all?
A bastard should not enter into the assembly of Yahuwah, even into his 10th generation.
Right there.
Shall he not enter into the assembly of Yahuwah?
There you
go.
What
does that mean?
We're going to get that. Okay. I'm just connecting that the bastard, this from her seed, is not going to be able to enter into the kingdom. Now let's get into that understanding of that. Okay.
Okay. Then one of the things.
Yeah.
And my bad. It does go. And the next chapter, or verse 3.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Amani, what is that?
Ammonite. Yeah. Moabite. Yeah.
What are those?
Those are the nations that come from Lot. So
From
that's
what?
that from Lot. So Lot was drunk. His daughter took advantage of him in the mountains, one at a time. Had produced children.
His
That's a lot,
daughters did?
huh?
His daughters took advantage of him?
Yeah, and then they produced those two nations of people.
What?
Yeah, all right. Incest,
Yeah.
according to Leviticus 18, actual incest.
So I guess a woman can recommend.
They just toe up. Mm.
He also allowed himself to get there.
Hmm.
I guess he didn't know his daughters was going to be.
Still his fault. He's the one that's accountable because he's the man. Um, Hebrews 12 and 8. Hebrews 12 and 8.
Where is that about Lot at? What book?
That account is in Genesis. It was directly following the destruction of Babylon. I'll shoot that to you.
Okay.
I'll shoot that to you. 12 and 8 of Hebrews.
Okay.
You there? Excuse me. All right, go.
Hmm?
I'll get it. I just feel like I've been talking a lot, um, but if you be without chastisement, whereof all are partakers, then are you bastards and not sons. See, the focus also is you're not a son, meaning the son of the Most High. Okay, I'm gonna go up to verse 6. I think I feel I got a sense under. I go feeling. Oh, I feel. Nah, but for whom Yah loves, the Most High God, He chastens. So if the Most High loves you, He's chastening you and scourges every son whom He receives. That's why you have to endure to the end. So you're being refined. Verse 7. If you endure chastening, Yah deals with you as with sons. This is the spirit of a son and a father. Okay. This is actually his seed. Okay. And then you go into verse 8. But you be without chastisement, whereof all are partakers, then are you bastards. Bastards again connects to the spirit of the women and the watchers having no daddy. It's a contrast. It's his seed and her seed from Genesis 3. You understand? Son of Adam. That's why even in the law, and Christ was like, I'm to be a father to the fatherless.
It's funny how people take that verse, try to use it when they know they're wrong and they don't honor their parents. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, that happens a lot, man.
But you know, that also goes into like the severing,
I
like the
know.
bastards.
Yep.
Like the purpose of marriage and the
Yep.
wedding and all that
Yep.
is to sever those from who are to make it holy.
Yeah. Because you be saying some. All right. So, and I like, let me get this straight. The story, the Lilith story, there's no record of that. Okay, it's straight folly. However, now based upon I'm gonna say folk tale of it, you see a lot of the Lilith spirit in a lot of females today. Grant, I'm not subscribing to the story. I haven't seen it. I don't believe it's real. I'm just saying theoretically that I do see that nature in a lot of females today. Excuse me. It's like anti-marriage, very modern. Like the modern day feminism versus when it first started. It's two different feminist movements. That was for actual equality in the workplace. Today, it's just ratchet, tongues hanging out, asses shaking all over the place, and You know, it's just like we read in Isaiah 16 through 26. Stretched out necks, just a bunch of prideful bitches. You feel me? That's her seed. No, bastards versus the most high seed. There's a chastening. You going to be a disciple means discipline. Discipline, non-discipline, tyrant, upright. Upright is considered boring today.
But it's Eve's curse.
Hmm?
It's Eve's curse, generational curse. And it's
Well, in that, so with the curse on her was like the pain through childbearing.
but that's passed down. Like
Yeah, but exactly. But the first thing was the division between him and her, and then the children, and that gets mistaken. They try to justify the, I'll say the magical birth of Christ. I'm just going to call it that. To say like, and it's like, nah, he had a daddy, bro. He had a daddy.
but the last thing on this, there's so much truth to that saying a woman can't raise a man.
Yeah. Now, I'll I'll say a bitch or woman can potentially raise a nigga, because at a certain age, that boy gonna realize he either, yeah, he got a,
She may be
there's,
doing her best.
he's gonna, that boy's gonna realize there's no man here.
Right.
I'm gonna do whatever the hell I want. There's no chastening. There's
Right.
nobody to chasten him.
And even if she does,
it's
there's nothing she
it's
can do.
it's gonna be laughed at. Like,
Yeah.
I didn't have worse ass beatings in the street than from you. Like, what is this supposed to do? You know what I'm saying? At a certain point, he gonna realize, unless you got some close uncles that's upright, that's where you get the term of village to raise.
Right,
You know what I'm saying?
right,
But
yeah.
in this case, these stretched out necks are so abundant to where, man, I'd rather live with a lion and a dragon than to share a household or a village with. You know what I'm saying?
Could you imagine having a mama with a BBL?
Nah.
I can't imagine these kids growing up now. I mean, I just that's a whole other thing that's stretched out there.
Yeah.
I mean, to think about when they go to school to pick them up, go to school events.
Everybody's,
like,
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. It's just a distraction.
Yeah.
And it be looking like diapers sometimes. Like, it don't even be
But so the stuff that like them lash, like all that stuff that gives them that. We talked about that. Who was that? The one that told them the whippery and we talked about that in the book of Enoch.
what was it?
It was one of the angels, the evil angels, who told them about whippery.
Weaponry?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was back in 7, yeah.
Yeah, I can't remember what his name was, but like
Yeah.
those eyelashes and
Yeah.
the fake hair.
Essentially, makeup used is there's two ways of using. I'm just gonna say it because I got to get back, but there's two ways of using those things. Like, is in the form of a witch, deception, and then there's one just to touch up. It's
because you're a totally different person when you put all that stuff on.
right there. So so the final one in dealing with her seed is John 8:44. That's back there. Yeah, John 8:44. Oh snap! I just hit something. 8:44. Yeah, it's back there.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep. You are of your father the devil. I said this earlier. And the lust of your father you will do, meaning he was a murderer from the beginning and abode not in the truth. This truth is the Torah, because there is no truth in him. That's what it means to be, you're not of your father. The devil does not mean devil has sex with niggas' mamas. It's talking about their spirit. Even Christ called these attorneys and all these other liars, you are of your father, the devil. He called them a den of vipers. Called them a den of vipers. A viper is a serpent. You know what I'm saying? So It don't mean it was literal snakes. You know what I mean? So, um,
But I mean, I got a question.
yeah, yeah.
He was a murderer from the beginning.
Hmm.
Was it the devil and angel?
It's not. It's not. This is talking about Cain. I gave reference to that. That was the beginning. That was the first murder.
Cain is the son of the devil, and he's the father of murder.
Okay, so that was the first murder, and that was the beginning, meaning like of humankind, because he was like the son of Adam directly.
Yeah,
So
there's something. I just want to say this. There's something.
yeah,
There's a passage, at least in the KJV. Whenever you do something, you father it. Like if you were to do something, you were to start murdering somebody,
yeah,
you father it. If you were to start lying, you father it.
yeah,
Is that kind of going with
yeah.
it? Okay.
It's not like literal. So it's like, you know, daughter of Zion, daughter of
Right,
Babel.
right.
You know,
Yeah,
so um I think that concludes that. So, and going into his seed, and I don't think I need to recap, but her seed, anti-father, anti-chastisement. This is the spirit of the cackling, the single mother pandemic that's going on. I'm trying to write. Yeah, she got to go.
you know what? The law is like allowing that, setting that up.
Yeah, I know.
It's
Well,
like
not the
they try to
law,
force.
the courts, not the law.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
yeah,
try to force that upon. Oh, what's something? We'll just get them child support and you guys
yeah.
do this.
But then
We got all
in
these
that,
things for you. Woman, what's that? WIC, woman
yeah,
in care or whatever.
even with that, it's like you have to pay for single motherhood, because that's really what it is. And then she brings up that kid any screwed up way she wants.
And the sacrificial repeats itself.
Exactly.
That's how it's designed.
It's a seed, yeah. So, and again, a seed. It's planting a seed. So, it's going into his seed, uh, Ezekiel 24 and 25.
And it helps so much that you provided these scriptures beforehand.
Uh, I mean, I usually, oh, shouty. I usually, like I say, in the past, I didn't do. I just was, because I again, she's got to do something. So this is like the final few right here. Is it what I say? 20. All right, go. If are you there? Go.
Also, son of Adam.
Okay, so this is Ezekiel being addressed. What is he called?
So
Exactly.
Shall it not be in the day when I take from them their strength, the joy of their glory, the desire of their eyes, and that whereupon they set their mind, their sons and their daughters.
There was a lot of prophets, sons and daughters. There was a lot of prophets that were called son of Adam because they had that severed spirit. They didn't have that tyrant. Uh, a lot of what we see today, and it's basically, and it's sad that like we see this today, and it's basically considered normal. It's considered normal, but it's really uh unnatural. Just because something's normal don't make it natural. You feel me? Oh, this is a good one. This Romans. This Romans is a solid one. 8 and 14. Romans 8 and 14. That's just like that song I played that day. Sons of Elohim. Romans 8. It's doggone fan.
it's real color here.
Well, I turned the thing on.
The arrow.
Yeah, just for this. I'm gonna turn it off. But 8 and 14. For as many as are led by the Rawak Yahweh, meaning the spirit of the Most High. They are the sons, vero, very precise and to the point. You are a son of the Most High based upon your spirit. You got the spirit of Satan, you warrior, killer, tyrant. Just don't expect to live long. Why? Because length of days is not yours. That's straight up. That's literally all straight book. Even if you know these fake thugs, it's not really about that life. They want to be them so bad. All right, there's an outcome. That's like, oh boy, what was that? Set It Off. Jay, the brother in that movie, got killed because he wanted to be hang around the thugs, but he was a schoolboy. He was a schoolboy. All right. It's so many, man. Um, oh man, which one do I want to? I'll just go Psalms 82 and 6. Psalms 82 and 6. This is crazy, you know. We see why things the way we are today, and it was prophesied, but people are saying this is a religious book. Then why was this written so long ago and we see it happening? I get the Samuel's account. Uh get the Psalms 82 and 6 though.
I've said, ye are Elohim, and all of you are children of Elohim.
There we there we go. So the you here, First Samuel 4 and 5. Yeah, 4 and 5. First Samuel 4, I'm gonna get that. Yeah.
I mean, where is it at? Going back and forth.
From there backwards. 4, 5.
Samuel?
First Samuel. Chapter 4.
Go ahead.
And when the ark of the covenant of Yahweh came into the camp, all Yasharal shouted with a great shout, so that the earth rang again. So that's the people there.
Did it say the camp?
Yep. Because it's only, yeah, I know. It's,
Yeah, you already know how I'm going.
yeah,
I just asked you about that.
It's one camp. Yeah, you did. It's one camp, which is your nation of people. It wasn't the like divided camps.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So
So, okay, then the Passover, where we did the horns for different regions, what were those?
no, that was again the same camp, but it was just north, south, east, west.
Okay.
But it was the same camp. Three
Okay.
three tribes north, three east, south, and west.
So there's camp, then there's tribe.
Exactly.
Okay.
But it's all one camp. Oh shoot. I don't need that yet. 6. When the Palestinians heard that the noise of the shout, they said, what mean the noise of this great shout in the camp of the Hebrews? And they understood that the ark of Yahweh was come into the camp. And the Palestinians were afraid, for they said, Elohim is come into the camp. And they said, woe unto us, for there has not been such a thing here too. Woe unto us, who shall deliver us out of the hand of these mighty Elohim? They're called mighty Elohim because they are the sons of Elohim. These are the Elohim that smote the Mizraim. Remember we covered that? And you know what I'm saying? These are the Elohim that smote Mizraim with all the plagues in the wilderness. Because I know people got it twisted to where they think it was literal water being turned to blood. They think it was literal insects flying around. And it's like, nah, this was a war. Okay. But the sons of Elohim did that. All right. Uh, we'll close out with these. You know, we covered the chastening. I'll get the Proverbs 13:24. Proverbs 13:24. Mm, 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 mm. Proverbs 13:24.
I'm glad you're going there too, 'cause I got questions.
What's that? What's up?
Go ahead.
Okay. Uh, the hand of the diligent shall bear rule.
Oh, it's not 13:24.
Oh, my fault, my fault, my fault. I
Oh,
was
you know,
in.
I'm like, whoa.
I went to. That was in 12. Uh, he that spares his rod hates his son, but he that loves him chastens him early. We just saw. We just saw that the Most High chastens who He loves. Chastening because you don't want your kids to come out screwed up. That's love.
But you know what's crazy is
That's how a man loves.
what
Woman's love is to coddle. Baby.
I don't know.
A man ain't supposed to love like a woman. What's that? What you mean?
This sparing his rod. Is it? I don't. I personally don't read that as saying you got to hit somebody.
Right.
But people, when they take it literally, they think that if you don't whoop your kids.
Look here. I'm gonna tell you something. I done been around so many doggone kids in my life. Like some kids will like they require
Yeah.
like to be humble. You have to show them this. I will use the maximum threat of force, and you might have to use it. Some kids is cool with taking away they phone, and that works. Just it depends on the necessary need of force, so that you don't. It's based upon the child. At the end of the day, that's why you have to listen and watch your children,
Yeah.
because you might be riding down on them, and all you needed to do was no basketball for a week.
But then also you have to do it early, so you let them know that.
Yep.
So it doesn't lead up to them thinking they can even get away with it.
Yep.
Just agreeing with it, going against you.
But this is not in the female nature, because again, female nature
It's just to
is
revolt to the ultimate.
well. Uh, I'm saying it's more okay. That child needs a whatever level of punishment. You just don't worry about it. But next time,
Yeah, passive. They're
oh
passive.
yeah, when that kid need that right then,
But
hey,
then
no,
there's also that bitch, like you said,
that too. What?
who
Yeah.
wants to brag about it. Go out and get me a switch.
Oh
I'm gonna
yeah,
beat you so that I can embarrass you in front of the entire neighborhood.
I've
I'm
seen
gonna
that
hear you
too.
screaming. Like that. That is not the way.
Yeah.
But
Or even just allowing your kid to piss you off to the point where it
Mhm.
becomes abuse. There's chastisement and then there's abuse.
yeah,
Two completely different things, but
right.
this society don't know the difference. They think it's the same. That's why with us, this is applicable. This is FUBU,
It's the law.
but then there's them. This is for us, FUBU, and whatever y'all do is how y'all raise y'all children.
Yeah.
Okay, they are not the same children. Okay. Last two. Uh,
That's the last one you got into.
no, it's Deuteronomy 8 and 5. Oh. Oh, well, no, I mean last two, like they're both in Deuteronomy. It's Deuteronomy 8 and 5 and 21 and 8. Yeah, they both in the same book. I'll get 21 and 8. You get 8 and 5.
You should also consider your heart fit as a man chastens his son. So Yehoiakim chastens you.
There you go. It's like you're supposed to chastise your children the same way the Most High chastens you. Very simple. In 21 and 18, I'll wrap up with this one at the bottom. It says, the princes dug the well, the nobles.
21 and 18.
Yeah,
Deuteronomy?
yeah,
You sure?
no, unless I have a typo.
21 and 18. If a man have a stubborn.
Oh, my man, I'm tripping today. 21 and 18. I'm tripping today. I don't never make that many mistakes. My fault, my fault, my fault. If a man have a stubborn and rebellious son, which will not obey the voice of his father, or the voice, this is a law, or the voice of his mother, sorry, and that when they have chastened him, will not hearken unto them, then shall his father and mother lay hold of him, bring him out into the elders of the city. And you know, when you see elder, it's about to go down, because you know the spirit behind that. And into the gates of his place, they shall say unto the elders of the city, this is our son. All right, this our son is stubborn and rebellious. He will not obey our voice. He is a glutton and a drunkard. And all the men of the city shall stone him with stones that he die. So shall you put evil away from among you, and all as Israel shall uh, hear and fear. Sorry about that. So that's the law on the stubborn and rebellious son. Get rid of them, because if you keep them there, what's gonna happen? That spirit's gonna grow
And then
and grow.
won't fit.
Yeah,
I think it's okay.
which eventually happened later on. It eventually happened later on. So
And it's also happening right now with the fight for women.
it's growing. They see it on TV, and they want to be. Look,
Just
I want to
like,
do that. I want to be
be a
sexy
daddy.
red.
Yeah.
I want the one with the one and you. Some most of them. I don't care how fine they are. They batshit crazy. You look at Doja Cat, and it's like,
Oh yeah.
she boy, uh, Ice Spice, and like it's just. And there's the main in Texas. She got shot.
Megan and Stallion.
Yeah. She
Because I actually really like Tory Lanez too, and I can believe he is in jail. But I feel like she said that on herself.
yeah, man.
You cut that off because I want to.